Hi, I'm Shane Burtall from Laughing at My Nightmare, and I'm told that it is Feeding Tube Awareness Week, which is apparently a thing. I thought I would just briefly share some of my experiences with the feeding tube. If you don't know me, if you haven't read my blog or my book, you won't know that I use a feeding tube 5 nights a week. The way this used to work is I would take a long yellow tube, it's about 2 or 3 feet long, and we lube it up real good with KY jelly. Just kidding, we use regular raspberry jelly. And we slide, well, my dad, whoever was putting it in, puts it in my nostril, slides it in, I have to swallow it down into my throat. It's a really fun process, or it used to be really fun. Swallow it down past my lungs into my stomach. I think like 2 feet of tube go inside of me, and then we tape the outside part to my face, and the rest of it gets hooked up to a bag of formula that drips into me as I sleep overnight to give me all the calories that I need to survive. Recently, it's becoming harder to put the tube in. I guess my nose is having some resistance to accepting this foreign object every night, which sounds really sexual. It's not. Well, sometimes it is. But, so we developed this new method that I'm going to tell you about in case maybe you use the feeding tube or a loved one that you know uses the feeding tube. You can try this method too. So every night before I put the feeding tube in, we run to the pet store and we buy a small rodent. It can be a rat, a mole. Weasels get kind of on the base side. Is a weasel a thing? A weasel? Yeah, that's a thing. Small rabbits. Spiders they work, but it's not ideal. Anyway, we buy a small rodent. And hamsters, those are really good. We bring it home. We lather that animal up in lube, and we tie the end of the feeding tube onto the rat or rodent, whatever we use. You're probably following along at this point, so I'll just go through it real fast. Allowing the rodent to crawl up my nostril and down into my throat, into my esophagus, into my stomach, where it is then sacrificed once it has completed its mission, is much easier on my nose because I don't have to worry about swallowing the tube. I simply lay back and allow the creature to enter me. Since the tube is tied to the creature, it's a fast process. Tube's inside me, rodent gets demolished by my stomach acid, and it's done. The tube's inside me. Then we tape it up, and I fall asleep. The really nice thing about this method, if you're feeling weary about it, maybe you're on the fence, is that I don't have to have as much feeding tube formula overnight because I already have those extra calories provided to me by the sacrificed rodent that was used to get the tube inside of me. So that's my story with the feeding tube. I hope you found it interesting. Have a great week. Enjoy your feeding tube. What's it even called? Feeding tube week? Whatever. Bye.